Welcome into the reading. If you clicked on this video, then you know the vibe. You know that your ancestors have led you here today for a reason. So, this is going to be a powerful message. I woke up this morning and there was a random card stuck to my back. It was the Ten of Cups. I walk into the lounge room. There was a card on the floor. The Ten of Cups again. I walk into my bedroom. The Ten of Cups again haunting me. Also, these two cards have been haunting me as well. The Groundhog Spirit, which is about letting go, and Wish Fulfillment. So I'm getting the feeling these two cards coincide. So, at first I was excited. I thought, ooh, Spirit, you're giving me some kind of wish fulfillment. And Spirit said, no. This message is for someone in the collective, so get filming. I said, okay, Spirit. So how are they going to know this message is truly for them then? And this is the card that came up. The Hermit. So I'm speaking to someone today who's had to shut the world out for a minute. Someone that's had to go through a time of betrayal, hardships, even rejection. So you kind of turned inwards instead. And now you're kind of at the point of the journey where you're starting to see the beauty in yourself and the beauty of the path that you're on. And you are on a spiritual path. I'm speaking to someone that's been on the healing journey for a while. Now this card also came up as well. So I'm speaking to someone that's quite smart. I'm speaking to a real intellectual type, a real Sigma, an INFJ, even an empath, or someone that's an overthinker, heavy on the overthinking energy. For some reason, the story of King Solomon keeps coming through for you as well. You've probably heard of it, but if you haven't, there was a king once called King Solomon, and God comes along and says, King Solomon, out of all the wishes in the world, what do you want? And King Solomon, instead of asking for women, riches, fame, he said, I want wisdom. Give me wisdom. And so God grants him wisdom. And as a result, he got everything. He got all of the manifestations come in. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that you're someone who's really dedicated to the path of wisdom and the hermit path. So as a result, you have something coming in. You've got something coming in. And I'm hearing the next 3 months. You could be seeing 999 at this time as well. I've also been seeing random drawings like old school cartoons, like Sailor Moon. So that could somehow be resonant. You'd be a really talented drawer or artist. The year 2014 could resonate. Something that happened in that year could be coming back up for you. I've also been seeing a lot of spiders in real life, so a lot of creative energy going on there. I've also been picking up on the entity Santa Muerte, so that's all about death and rebirth. Anyway, let's jump into the tarot and see what Spirit really has to say. What do they need to know at this time, Spirit? I've been seeing wolves in my mind as well, so that could resonate. I'm already getting the feeling that you've been processing a lot lately. You could be feeling really sensitive to energy at the moment, or you could have emotions coming up to be cleared one more time. You could be really kind of trying to balance your feminine and masculine energy at the moment. I've tried to be doing that. It's a bit tricky at the moment though. Trying to drop into my divine feminine. I've had way too much chi lately. It's been a bit overpowering. But you know, it's been hard because we've got Mercury retrograde going on, which is all about tying up loose ends, being reflective, learning the lessons. But then we also have, you know, the Lionsgate portal happening at the same time, which is all about a new start, manifestation. So yeah, you could have a bit of a conflict with feminine and masculine energy at the moment, where you might feel like just, you know, being in flow state, but you might feel like, oh, I've got so many things to do as well. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit like that. Yeah, so in the recent past, I'm kind of seeing that you've had this ancestor watch over you. This could be a crossed over loved one. If this was someone that was living in the past, then they definitely would have been someone that was quite fierce, really protective and nurturing over you. So yeah, I have been hearing names this week as well. Ruth has been coming through the strongest. I've also been hearing Mary, Leanne, Anne, Vera, Joanne. A lot of Anns. But yes, there's someone that's been watching over you in the spiritual realm. In the recent past, it kind of seems like you had some kind of fear that you had that actually happened. Almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost. But it's almost like you called it ahead of time. You were scared something would happen and you knew it would, and then it did happen. And there could have been a lot of people telling you that you were overthinking, maybe someone was gaslighting you, but it's almost like you've seen the signs because you do have a strong intuition. And I almost feel like you got this powerful intuition from this crossed over loved one. It's like it runs in your DNA. Now, I do get the sense that you're going to have to change something in a small way before you can really step into your North Node and your destiny. It kind of seems like there might be something that needs to change in terms of either like your circadian rhythm, your timetables, even your mindset. This kind of small switch up is going to bring in a lot. I'm kind of feeling like you are currently on a timeline that's wrapping up. This timeline's starting to fall away for you now because it's like you've learned all the lessons that you could from this timeline. I do get the feeling that this next season that you're coming into is going to be one of the best of your life. I don't know if you're going to be able to handle this kind of energy because things are about to get really good, and it's almost feeling like, oh, don't get my hopes up. It's going to be too good to be true. But this wish fulfillment that's coming in is almost like coming in sooner than what you would expect. For some of you, this could be a house, some kind of inheritance for some of you. I could definitely be speaking to a prepper. You could be getting solar soon. I have been picking up on flood energy a lot in my mind. Like I've been seeing a blackout globally, almost due to like extreme weather patterns. Like there could be tsunamis or a time of floods, and there could be blackouts happening everywhere. That's what Spirit has been saying. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, you have a lot to be excited about. I'm almost getting the feeling that your energy is kind of like a wave as well. Like if you're experiencing a bit of a low point, then it's because you're coming into that high point of yourself. Yeah, there is some kind of emotional blind spot that you might have though. Spirit is saying that you have some kind of blind spot here that they want you to work on. And this could be anything like being too nice, being a people pleaser, maybe even being susceptible to love bombing or gaslighting. They're saying, can you work on this and acknowledge this, and you'll know what it is for you before this blessing comes in, because it's almost like they don't want this blessing to be messed with or stolen in some kind of way. Now, this is beautiful energy that you're coming into. It's almost feeling like a reward. A lot of manifestation energy happening here. But there's also like the requirement to let go. So for me personally, I've always gotten like my major manifestations after I've had to let them go, annoyingly. Like there was one time I was playing this claw machine and I was just standing there wasting all my money on this claw machine trying to win this iPad, and I did this all day. And then I finally went to leave. I just gave up and I thought like, screw this claw machine. And then everyone started saying, oh, you won the iPad, as I was going to leave. And I was just like, wow. The moment I stop caring is when the manifestation comes in. So I don't know if you've manifested something like that, but can you let me know in the comments if you have, and how did you do this? Like, I'm genuinely interested. How did you do it? There was another time when I had a crush on someone once, and it was a bit of a stranger back in the day. And I don't even think this person knew my name at the time. So it got kind of, crazy and unhealthy. So I literally said to myself, okay, I have to let this attachment go now. And so I did. I made that promise with myself. And I kid you not, within almost like 3 hours from doing that in my mind, guess who contacts me on WhatsApp? The crush found out my name and asked me out on a date. But then they ended up being a little bit not quite right for me. So it was kind of like the case of be careful what you wish for. But the point of the story is manifestations always seem to come in once you let them go. And I'm kind of picking up on this energy where you could get some kind of tower moment first before this blessing comes in. For me personally, I always get a tower moment every single September without fail, like for the last 10 years. So in my mind, I'm almost like, I wonder what this year's Tower moment's going to be. Something messed up always happens every single September. But then in October, I get a blessing. So I'm not sure if you're superstitious like I am, if you have a good luck month and a bad luck month. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. So it could be that in September, you could be getting a little bit of a struggle and Spirit might be trying to prepare you. This has something to do with balance, this Tower moment. So it's almost like if you're someone that gets paid monthly, then you might need to ration things out. Or there might be something here about timetables and coming into more balance. I am getting also the sense that you're going to be creating something that's quite iconic or inventing something here. You're going to be in your creative energy soon. You're going to have more time to be in your creative energy. But it's almost like you're coming into this not in a place of like pressure and stress and striving forward, but you're going to be creating from a place of ease. It's almost like a keen interest you're going to have in something to learn more, almost like higher education, or just pushing a creation to see how far it's going to go. It's like you're going to push it all the way and go all the way with what you're creating, but not from a place of stress. It seems like you're coming into this beautiful energy, and I certainly do feel like you're emerging out of this hermit period being bulletproof in a sense. Like, this time, baby, you'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, you'll be bulletproof. But yeah, it could be that you're meditating a lot at the moment and really kind of trying to find your bearings. I do get the feeling you've been through a lot. You've had to have boundaries with some of these zombies. And it's like you kind of spent time in your healing bubble and you put up the barriers between toxic people. That's what it's giving. Anyway, let's jump into the homemade cards. Bear in mind, this isn't going to resonate for everyone. And also, if you are a really sensitive person, then you might not want to watch this part just because the way I explain things, I'm on the spectrum somewhere. So I don't always know what's socially acceptable to say and what's not. So if you're going to, have a whinge about it in the comments section, then I'm kind of getting a little bit sick of having to apologize every single video. If you don't like me, just don't watch me. It is that simple. Anyway, let's jump into it. Spirit, what do they need to know at this time? Not that I'm going to offend you, but just the way I explain things. Someone said what they said. Yeah, I said what I said. Maybe that's for me. Maybe you said something to someone recently and they're overthinking whatever you said. Tell me more, Spirit. Squirrel Spirit! You've got the Squirrel Spirit. So this Squirrel Spirit's all about playful energy. It's about planning something. So you're about to prepare something. It's almost like a road trip kind of energy, or like, we've got lake house here, so maybe you're going on some kind of holiday soon. Maybe it's surrounded by a lake or nearby a lake house or a river. Oh, tell me more, Spirit. We have Pisces. So Pisces could somehow be relevant. Earth sign. There could be some kind of earth sign in your energy that wears the same shirt every day. This could be someone that's a bit of a grot. Their first name could start with a C. So Catherine, Carly, Craig, Christopher, Clarissa. This person could definitely be a Taurus. We're getting some Taurus energy. You didn't just glow up, you erupted and they're still watching. So you had some kind of major glow up. You definitely switched up on them. Limitations. Ooh, so you're going to get rid of your limitations soon. You're bringing in your goals and your dream life. The belief in your limitations is all that's in your way. I'll say that again. The belief in your limitations is all that's in your way. So once you get rid of your limitations, then they're not going to exist anymore. Motorbike. You could be driving a motorbike, or someone else could. Maybe it's this Taurus. Good news. There's a confirmation of the good news. You've got good news about to roll in. Tell me more. You could have someone tuning into your energy at the moment. Like you could be feeling like someone's tugging on your energy. That means they're thinking of you. Who is this person that's tuning into the viewer's energy? Well, a few different people. We just have a crossed over loved one that flipped out here. So you're definitely being watched over. I've been seeing hay a lot lately, windmills. I've also been seeing like a knitted doll with buttons for eyes. So that could somehow resonate. I've also been seeing Heineken beer, but more so like the hops that go into the Heineken beer. So someone's crossed over loved one could be German or Irish, or had a brewery or brewed beer. I don't know. But yeah, crossed over loved one is watching you. We also have disability here. So you could have a disability, or this could be someone else in your energy. We also have something fishy's going on. So something fishy could be going on with some kind of disability sector. Almost like if you have nurses or carers come to your house, they could be doing something dodgy. There could be like a dodgy carer pinching things. Or if you're the carer, then there could be some kind of dodgy employment place that you should probably say no to. Like a disability place that's being poorly managed or poorly run. What is this fishy thing that's going on? We have I miss you. So someone could be spying on you. It could be a Cancer, and it's because they miss you so much. That's meant to be a crab, by the way. I know it looks like a strange nature creature, but tell me more about this Cancer. This Cancer's saying you seem like a different person now. I'm in awe of you. Okay, so you've changed. You've had some kind of transition, and people are amazed. Maybe you had a bit of a weight loss journey. Maybe you changed your hair. Silly goose. So someone could be calling you a silly goose. There's a silly goose in your energy. It could be a silly goose Gemini. This Gemini could be silly. Unbreakable spirit. So you've got an unbreakable spirit. No one could really drag you down. You just got through it. Even during times that you were going through it in the mud, you got out of it. You dragged yourself out of it, and you didn't really need any help. You didn't need any help. You could be having a birthday soon. Woo-hoo. Or you just have something to celebrate around the time of your birthday. You could be a light worker. So it kind of seems like your light's getting ready to go to the next level. And maybe you're having a time of accelerated healing. Definitely feels like the energy is kind of requiring us to do that at the moment. I've definitely been feeling it. Keep the haters at bay. Yeah, keep the haters at bay. The haters can be vicious, especially if you're a healer, a tarot reader, an empath, a light worker. Then you already know that this kind of occupation is almost like being an animal rescuer at times. Like you go to help the caged animal out of the cage and it bites you on the way out. And so you think to yourself, should I just stop helping? But then you keep helping anyway. And then you keep going around getting bitten. That's what it's like. So what else, Spirit? Earthangel. You're definitely an earthangel. Someone's viewing you as though you're one in a million. You're once in a lifetime. Someone's, now I see your value. Someone's finally seeing your worth. It's like maybe this person didn't treat you seriously at the time, or maybe someone took you for granted. And now they're like, now I see your value. Yeah, that's what we're getting. I wanted to hurt you before you hurt me. So we also have full moon healing. So maybe you're going to use the full moon to really cleanse out any kind of negative energy, set intentions. Maybe you're going to be having fun with this. You're going to be getting the sage out, pouring a wine or a tea. And yeah, maybe you're getting a bit mystical. Maybe that's exactly what you need. Romanticizing life again. Not caring about those people from the past who took you for granted because they were numbskulls. No, you're moving on to the next. It's all new energy. We have the bear spirit. Bear spirit. So the bear spirit is kind of about introspection, hibernation, courage, strength. It is literally like learning your lessons and evolving out of a hermit period again. So you have me speechless. Someone's a little bit shocked. They have their jaw on the floor over you. Maybe it's in relation to the way you switched up. Maybe you just stop caring. Maybe your switch up game is incredible. But yeah, you don't care anymore. You've definitely got an unplanned holiday on your way. Tell me more, Spirit. I've thought about contacting you, but I was too scared. Oh, this person's too scared. They're thinking it's too awkward. Oh no. Tell me more, Spirit. I'm not doing well mentally. I don't want you to know. So someone's in struggle town at the moment and they don't want you to find out. They kind of want you to think that they're doing amazing in life, but they could be going through some kind of dark night of the soul. We also have Akashic records. So you could be delving into your Akashic records and meditating a lot. We also have thank you for the spiritual lessons. So someone's thanking you because it's the end of some kind of cycle, whether this is a family member, friend. You've definitely cleansed out a pattern, an ongoing pattern. Whether it was like bad friend after bad friend, narcissist after narcissist. You've seriously cut it now. You've pulled the pattern. You've pulled the cord out. But yeah, someone could be thanking you because it's like, it's kind of giving me a feeling that now you've withdrawn your energy. Someone's struggling even more. That's what it's feeling like. Anyway, let's get you a herb. Let's see what else we're getting. Spirit, what else do they need to know? You have passion flower, surrender. So this is Neptunian energy. This is moon energy as well. So passion flower symbolizes surrender, sacrifice, and the crucifixion of the ego. Passion flower resembles the need to sacrifice in order to make space and move forward. The all-seeing double-headed owl symbolizes a great understanding perceived from both sides, whether it be upside down or inside out. And the goddess passion flower with unseen truths as she performs rituals of letting go. Full moon energy rituals, letting go. Owl is symbolized of discernment. Owl is symbolic of discernment and able to light up what needs to be seen. So there could be a lot of truth coming out at this time. Passion flower today might reflect the need to suspend action that isn't in alignment to your spiritual path. Are there certain decisions or actions that you've made that you must sacrifice in order to reassess your direction? Honor your intuition. It's okay to project. It's okay if projects or original ideas come to an unexpected halt. Discernment is key for greater truth and opportunities. So yeah, they're saying that maybe it's time to just, unwind a little bit. Self-care's needed. What else are we getting? Let's get a message from the Citadel. What else do they need to know, Spirit? What else do they need to know, Spirit? The hair. The air. The end of every journey signals the beginning of a new one. Yay! And it's natural to still feel uncertain about this new path in front of you. You may be hesitating, but trust that you've already laid the groundwork to make this opportunity the most beneficial that it can be. The rewards that will come are worth this moment of an uncertainty. Yes! So if you're feeling a bit lost at the moment, you're a little bit directionless, you don't really know where you're going next, you could be feeling a little bit anxious about the future, and Spirit is saying that this time of anxiety and uncertainty is going to pay off soon because you have good news coming in. Give it tongue-tied. Let's jump into some new cards and see what else Spirit wants to say. What else do they need to know? You have winter and autumn. So a time for turning inwards, rest in silence. So yeah, you're kind of like a seed at the moment. Autumn, a time of letting go, lighten your load. So yeah, there's a lot here to do with letting go. It just keeps on coming up. And that was the kind of message of the beaver spirit as well, time to let go. Because it's almost like the moment that you do let go, that's when this kind of blessing is going to come in. That's what we're getting in all the cards, in all the decks. Tell me more, Spirit. The feminine cycle. Reconnect with your cycle if you're a woman. So yes, this could be a time to reconnect with your cycle and be easy on yourself and not have to pressure yourself if you're on your monthly cycle. if you're a woman. Message. Yeah, you've got some kind of message coming in here. What else? Yeah, you've got a gift. You've got a gift on the way. And I feel as though this is almost like a reward from spirit because you had to endure such a difficult previous cycle. We have eagle totem. Rise above to widen your vision. So yeah, there could be a lot of people trying to come at you to argue at this time. Spirit is saying just keep your vibration high anyway. Don't let them drag you down to a lower energetic timeline. Because this transition that we're going through, when we're going through the Lionsgate portal, it is almost feeling like a test. Like we're being graded, almost. So like the better that you can do with the letting go and not being dragged in by petty haters, then that's the bigger the blessing will be. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. We also have the air spirit. A favorable wind is blowing on your life. So the wind of change is definitely here for you. The spirals are very ancestral. And that dove kind of indicates that you're coming into a time of more peace, more ease, more flow state. I'm loving it. Let's also get you a message from the I Ching as well. What do they need to know? You have increase. You have increase coming in. So this is saying substantial progress and increasing prosperity are exhilarating and good, as long as you go with the flow. It's just mentioning the flow. And keep the interests of others in mind, like a river's white water rapids. Periods of increase can be short duration. It furthers one to ride the rapids now, while the waves of opportunity are high. That's what I was saying. You're the wave. Leadership in times of increasing opportunity involves commitment to the needs of cohorts and dependents. When opportunities for increase arise, very good fortune comes to those who act swiftly. So they're saying strike when the iron's hot if an opportunity comes up. Don't just sit back and think, oh, I'll get around to applying for it next week. No, Spirit is saying do it as soon as you can. So yeah, it's like you're going to be acting boldly without falling into any kind of trap of letting anyone's actions set you back. That's what we were talking about earlier. You're going to not be drawn into pettiness. If you aspire to a position of prominence, the most enduring strategy is to work to raise the tide of your entire community, company, or relationship, rather than setting out to swim upstream on your own. When the times favor prosperity and when leadership is in the hands of the broad-minded, supreme good fortune is the result. Oh, so I'm loving this energy for you. Let's get you a few more messages to see what else we get. You have the heart's wisdom. Listen to the call of your heart. Your guide in love. So yeah, if you're someone who's very intelligent and you're like the overthinker type, then Spirit could be saying that you might need to drop into your heart space and kind of feel into your intuition. Because I do get the sense you might have some kind of decision coming in soon. And it's almost like they're wanting you to feel into it from the heart space. What else, Spirit? You have the path of beauty. Walking your own path of beauty elevates your feminine soul. So yes, you know how society kind of puts pressure on us to live up to a certain kind of standard? Like, oh, you know, you're beautiful if you're considered a bleach blonde, fake model on Instagram. That's what the entire world tells us we should be. But you're kind of over here being like, I think I'm naturally organically beautiful. You're starting to see your own beauty in its natural form. Even if you're a man, you're starting to see your own handsomeness in a very unique way, instead of saying like, oh, society tells us that we should be this height or this way. You're like, nah, I'm going to appreciate myself while I'm alive in my natural element. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Let's get one more message. a few more messages. Spirit, what else do they need to know? You've got mountain, strength. Strength. So this is saying, it makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences far beyond what's healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength. Solidify, grounded into earth energy, your head held high as you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. So yeah, this kind of feels like Spirit is asking you to keep your vibration high and don't let anyone else try and pull you down into like petty arguments at the moment. Kind of does feel like someone wants to come at you and kind of argue with you. So you're on too much of a positive upward swing at the moment. So don't let some of these people try and bring you down, because what's coming in for you next is so incredible. But it kind of feels like you might have to meet the future version of yourself halfway by making some kind of mini change. And you'll know what this change is, Spirit is saying. But overall, I'm excited for you because this seems really expansive energy. It does. Anyway, I better leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you love at this time, and I hope I see you again. Have a good one. Bye.